Triangulation research. Triangulation research is nowadays very frequently used in social science research. Triangulation research is also known as mixed method research. So, triangulation for social science research. Triangulation refers to the combination of different methods, study groups, and different methodologies. So, it is the combination of different methods. There are various methods of research, there are various groups of study, and there are various methodologies. So, a mixture of quantitative and qualitative methods has been used here. So, researchers take different perspectives or different methods, and researchers are combining the different methods. That means one result of the one method and the result of the other method. The result of the one method is substantiating the result of the other method. So both method moves in the same direction. That means both the methods are moving together. So triangulation is mainly used in qualitative analysis, but sometimes it is commonly applied in quantitative research also. So if you decide on the mixed method research, you will always use methodological triangulation. So I will show you an example of a methodological triangulation in this video. So mixed method research, you conduct a quantitative survey followed by a few qualitative structured interviews. So both quantitative and qualitative methods put together for examining one research question. That is basically the triangulation. So different types of triangulation. The triangulation means different data triangulation. That means use of different data sources. Then investigators triangulation here, combining various observers, interviewers are employed to detect or minimize biases resulting from the researcher. And there are theory triangulation. The theory triangulation means using a mixture of theories. And the methodological triangulation, here we combine a questionnaire with the semi-structured interviews. So there are various types of triangulation: data triangulation, investigative triangulation, theory triangulation, and methodological triangulation. So when and where to use the triangulation? So clarify when you want to use the triangulation in your study. That is a very important thing. What time you can use a triangulation, and decide what is the expected benefit will be. So what are you going to expect for using the triangulation? We cannot use simply a triangulation, but the situation definitely essentially require to do so. Then only we can be able to use the triangulation method. So address questions before setting design of the triangulation approach. So there are questions we have to address it before setting up of the triangulation approach. So does my issue require several methodological approaches? So my research question certainly require several methodological approaches. That is a question. Then does my research question focus on a number of aspects? So my research questions consist of number of, I have to check the number of aspects. So do I have several theoretical perspective on my issue? So a lot of theories. So suppose I can give an example. Then we did a paper that is triangulation approach based on Bitcoin prices. So the Bitcoin prices are influenced by both sentiments as well as the market factors. So we have a triangulation approach, that is the market factors clearly influence the Bitcoin prices, or the market factors means the fundamental and technical factors as the theory says. And there are some efficient market hypotheses like the standard finance theory says. And there are sentimental factors. The two theories, like the behavioral theory and the standard finance theory, combining the result means the influence of the Bitcoin prices. So we have to check whether the both the theories moving together. Okay, whether the behavioral theory influence the uh, price of Bitcoin, that means the sentiments, and these market forces also influence. So this behavioral can be captured through the sentiments and emotions of the investors, and these market factors, that means the data set of the prices of Bitcoin and through the Google Trends. I will show you this paper in later part of this video. So, are different levels of information I need to collect for understanding my issue under study. So, of course, there are times we need different levels of information for giving necessary findings of the research. Then, does the time frame for my study and my resources allow triangulation to be? You know, triangulation consists of this combination of, as I said earlier, the combination of different methods like different data sets. It may use different investigators, it may use different theories, it may use different methodologies. So different data sets, different investigators, different theory, and different methodologies. So we require all these elements, and it require a time. Time factor is important. So all these questions. So the time and my resources are effective or efficient to do this triangulation research. But once you do this triangulation, you know, it will be beneficial for the result are very effective, so that the result may not bias, because you use cross check or cross match the qualitative and quantitative methodologies together. So, what is the purpose of triangulation? First one is cross-check evidence. It is important to gather high-quality data for rigorous research. So that is a very important thing, the quality of the data, which shows the clarity of the research. So when you have data from only one source or investigator, it may be difficult to say whether the data are trustworthy. So if you take the data from one source, that is a cross-sectional data, so for instance, a cross-sectional data. So if you do the research, if you do the analysis along this cross-sectional data, that maybe the research may be biased. There are some secondary data sources are there, but you haven't checked. That means you sometimes may be biased. If you check along with the cross-sectional data, you have checked the secondary data, the time series data, and you showing the findings, that may be a good option for it. So cross-check the evidence. So cross-checking of the qualitative and quantitative aspect is important. Then for a complete picture, the second purpose is to give a complete picture. So triangulation helps you to get a more complete understanding of your research problem. So when you rely on only one data source, methodology, or investigator, you may risk bias in your research. So observer bias may occur when there is only one researcher collecting data. So that's a bias may occur. So in order to avoid the biases, you can go for the triangulation research. Similarly, using just one methodology means you may be disadvantaged by the inherent flaws and limitations of that method. So you can combine the methodologies together. So that may be the good option. So for getting the complete picture, we use this triangulation. And the last one is to enhance the validity of the research. So validity is about how accurately a method measures what it is supposed to measure. So this validity of the research is improved through this triangulation research. I said I will show you one paper written by us using the triangulation approach. So yeah, so this is the paper. This is the paper written by my team, and the title is the future of Bitcoin safe? A triangulation approach in the reality of BTC market through a sentiment analysis. So here the highlighted part shows. This paper is basically taken data of the Bitcoin prices, and the Bitcoin prices are influenced by the sentiments or the market forces. So there are combination of theories in this BTC market. Combination means there are behavioral theories like the behavioral finance theories will apply, and also these fundamental factors like fundamental analysis and technical analysis and standard finance theories. So all these theories put together, so we are saying that a triangulation approach, but at the same time we have used different different methodologies and different data sets. For sentiments, we use the sentiments from the Bitcoin forum, or we use the sentiments from the Twitter, etc. For these fundamental factors, we have taken the quantitative data of Bitcoin prices over a period of times. All these data points, covering from 2016 to 2021, that is a 5-year period, and we have analyzed the data. So we combine the both data sets, the sentiments as well as the quantitative data set. Along with, we use the Google Trends data sets for supporting as well as substantiating the results. So this is the abstract portion, and so here, the research question, we clearly stated that are Bitcoin fairly priced, overpriced, or underpriced? Do sentiments play a significant role in Bitcoin price movements? Is Bitcoin overpriced due to market sentiments? Is there any similarity found when we compare qualitative and quantitative data of Bitcoin prices? Do the biases of the investors dominate the Bitcoin market? Do the tweets of famous individuals influence the market trends, etc.? So here you can see the mixture of quantitative and qualitative research questions. So we have put across both quantitative and qualitative research questions. By the same time, we are using both quantitative and qualitative data sets. So, and the data and software, you can see that the qualitative, the way in which we collect the qualitative data, and the quantitative data set sources also, and the software is also mentioned. So this is a way in which you can do this kind of triangulation research or mixed method research. The research may be very effective because it is now people are trying to use this triangulation approach. So if you essentially request publications, these triangulation research are very easy to get it published. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you.